The City Manager Rodger N has stated that he feels that the ACLU is depriving the city of some benefits such as street repairs or street construction, and also the 29 people who are being laid off being denied their jobs. What is the ACLU position on this?
We deeply regret the loss of these jobs. However, our sole purpose is to preserve to all citizens their right to vote and have their vote weighed equally. We attempted to resolve the question by declaratory judgment, which would not have affected the bond election, but the city opposed this procedure. All we are asking is that all persons be entitled to vote and have in the bond elections and have their vote weighed equally, afforded equal dignity and effect. We're sorry that the Attorney General of Texas and the City of Fort Worth did not conduct the bond elections in a manner to afford these rights.
The various organizations that have been formed, I can appreciate the frustrations that the citizens of Dallas feel. I, as a parent, have those same frustrations. I can assure the people of Dallas that the board members are very cognizant of the problems that are facing the parents of Dallas, and we as parents have these same feelings, and we are working to do everything we can to provide quality education for the students of Dallas. We feel that we have an obligation to carry out the law that, as it is handed down by the courts, that this does not prevent us from, for instance, calling for this National Convention of Educators to look into alternatives to the area of forced busing. And so we are trying to proceed in every direction. I asked the board for approval of a resolution to the Texas School Board the other day calling for a constitutional amendment to provide for the neighborhood schools. So we're very aware of their feelings. We're trying as a board to represent them.
Well, the freeze which the President has imposed is going to cause the Ways and Means Committee to change its priorities, to change its schedule, because we had planned on Wednesday the 8th to resume consideration of the administration revenue sharing proposal, but that schedule has been changed, and at 10 o'clock Wednesday the 8th of September we are going to start hearings on the proposals which the President has made to attempt to restore some stability to the economy and preserve the damaged integrity of the dollar at home and abroad.
What we're attempting to do at this time is to get an accountability of all the prisoners of war. Right now, Hanoi admits to holding 339 prisoners of war. Recently, Madam Bin of the National Liberation Front made a proposal that if we were to set a date for withdrawal of our troops, they, the Allied forces of the Viet Cong, would release all the prisoners of war. Well, that means they would release 339 men. It would leave behind people like Sergeant David Demon, who is held by the Viet Cong, is a known POW, but because his name does not appear on an official list that Hanoi has released, this man, along with several hundred other men, would not come home. So in order to assure that this man comes home and these other men come home, we have to have an accountability. So we have a project called Letter to Congress, and we're trying to deliver 10 million letters to Congress on the 29th of September.
Well, I think, I don't know if there's any truth to it. I think you can speculate about it pretty good because Mr. Connally is getting to be quite a figure in this country. He's much more clued in on things than Spiro Agnew. Mr. Agnew's still out on the golf courses, and Mr. Connally is making all the appearances on television about the economy. So I think Spiro would probably go back to Palm Springs. Maybe become the golf pro there. But I don't think he'd be too unhappy about leaving this job.